In this episode, we will explore one of the most enigmatic and revered symbols of the ancients, the third eye. We'll unravel the essence of this powerful symbol, analyzing why it has remained dormant for most people throughout the centuries, and how you can activate it now to shape your own reality. Recently, I experienced a remarkable technique, which I call third eye visualization. This practice brought immediate changes in my perception, intuition, and focus, aligning them with the image of my ideal self. Surprising events followed as a result. At the end of this video, I will share this powerful technique in detail. However, to use it effectively, it is essential to understand the historical and spiritual context that surrounds this ancient practice. Watch until the end and practice, as I am excited to share this transcendental knowledge. Together, we will unveil the secrets of the supreme art of creating realities. Let us turn our gaze to past eras, to the masters in the art of shaping realities. The enlightened yogis, the shamans, the sages of ancient Egypt, and the Hermetic scholars. The recurrence of the reference to the third eye in so many distinct traditions suggests an undeniable foundation of truth. Currently, humanity has a plethora of external technologies. However, in this relentless pursuit of technological advances, we have forgotten the sophisticated internal technologies mastered by our ancestors. Technologies that made possible feats that are still enigmatic today, such as the imposing Egyptian pyramids, built with remarkable precision. Without a doubt, this feat results from advanced internal technology. Throughout history, numerous disasters and conflicts have led to the loss of immeasurable knowledge. Perhaps the most tragic is the burning of the Library of Alexandria, which extinguished centuries of accumulated wisdom. This knowledge has not disappeared completely. On the contrary, it remains hidden, guarded by 7 keys due to its revolutionary potential. Unfortunately, some, driven by personal interests, choose to hide such information, keeping humanity in ignorance to ensure their own profits. Don't get me wrong, as an entrepreneur, I value profits, but I never support them preventing the progress and evolution of humanity. Therefore, I invite you to delve into the exploration of the third eye, starting with the field where it is most discussed, the sciences. This perspective highlights the depth and impact of the mind of a single individual, Patanjali. Patanjali is the author of the Yoga Sutras, one of the first texts to systematize yogic knowledge. Before Patanjali, the practice of yoga was experienced daily, but there was a lack of a clear and conscious explanation of its reasons and methodologies. It was like trying to explain the act of walking to a deeply analytical mind. Patanjali, with his insight, understood millennia ago that the Yoga Sutras would not only remain relevant, but would become even more essential in the following centuries, standing out in importance in our time more than any other. The genius of his sutras lies in this lasting vision. In the Yoga Sutras, Patanjali describes the human mind like an instruction manual on how to use it. We are endowed with this intelligent and powerful machine, but we don't even have an instruction manual. Do you realize how peculiar this is? We are born with this great and powerful machine, but we simply don't know how to use it. We could use it to move mountains, but we use it to multiply our suffering daily. Patanjali intended these sutras to be a guide for human beings to achieve enlightenment. In the Yoga Sutras, the third eye comes into play. There are 114 chakras, as mentioned by Patanjali. Of these 114, there are 7 main ones, which we will discuss. These 7 chakras describe the ascent of the human being, from the basic instincts of survival to final enlightenment. The goal of yogic practices is to move energy from the most basic and central levels to the highest, up to the level of experiential realization, or the seventh chakra. Let's talk about these 7 chakras and where the third eye fits in. This will be crucial for you. The most basic chakra is the root chakra. If your vital energy is concentrated in the root chakra, your main concerns are sleep and food. You are in survival mode. Many people remain in a basic state of consciousness because their primary instincts are vigorous. It's like being an animal, focused only on sleep, food, and survival. If we seek to ascend to a higher level, we will reach the Muladhara chakra. In this chakra, the main focus lies on the pleasures of life, sexual pleasures, or any other form of satisfaction. Therefore, if your energy is concentrated here, pleasure is your priority. You remain in the comfort and desire zone. One level above is the Manipura chakra. If your energy is concentrated in this chakra, action becomes your main focus. You crave action, behaving like a bull. You don't think, you simply act. Imagine muscular and insecure individuals, or those who prefer to act before thinking. Above this, if your energy is concentrated in the heart chakra, your main tendency is creativity, creating works of art, appreciating the various creative manifestations. Creativity is the main expression of your vital energy. There is a strong connection to the divine. At the next level, the throat chakra, your main focus is influence. Your voice becomes more powerful. You seek and achieve influence, expressing yourself with mastery. If this is the area where your energy is concentrated, you can be a great politician, an excellent speaker, or someone involved with communication. Now, we enter the role of the third eye in this journey of spiritual ascension. By concentrating energy in the Ajna chakra, the third eye, a remarkable stage of intellectual realization is reached. I invite you to pause and reflect on this statement. Within the spectrum of duality, this intellectual realization represents the peak of energy you can achieve. However, transcending this level and advancing to the Sahasrara, the crown chakra, one enters a state of experiential realization characterized by non-duality. It is at this stage that an individual is said to reach enlightenment, living in continuous ecstasy or in the pure perception of reality. To initiate this transformation, it is necessary to direct your energy to the level of intellectual realization. By achieving this, you acquire the ability to alter your perception voluntarily. Consider the 5 senses we use to perceive the external world. Similarly, the Ajna chakra is the instrument through which we perceive the inner world. Learning to use the Ajna chakra in your visualizations not only makes these mental images more vibrant, but also facilitates their manifestation in the physical plane. This observation is corroborated by my personal experiences and is widely discussed by various masters, encompassing multiple spiritual traditions, Hinduism, Buddhism, in addition to Hermetic and shamanic traditions. Recently, I deepened my knowledge on this topic by reading works such as Jose Silva's On Mind Control. Jose Silva, in fact, discusses how, when visualizing, it is necessary to position the eyes at a 20-degree angle, that is, looking upwards towards your eyelids. By doing this, you are actually accessing your third eye. And as we practice the third eye visualization exercise, you will understand exactly why this is so powerful. For now, I just wanted to share with you the knowledge about the different chakras and how this energy should ascend. And as it rises, you gain access to more of your intellect, more powers of perception to be able to change your perception. Now, let's talk about the keys we want to achieve with this. If we want to become powerful creators of our reality, we need to direct our energy upwards to unlock our inner vision. Most people are preoccupied with the external world. Do you notice how you get immersed in your problems and what happens outside of you, forgetting to turn inward? This even obscures your own imagination. It is common for this perception of the so-called third eye to be obscured by mundane worries and the focus on the outside. It is because your third eye has not been unlocked. It is because your pineal gland is calcified. If you continue to access your third eye, you don't need to worry about decalcifying your pineal gland or doing anything with it. It will activate naturally, and I will show you exactly how to do it. The crucial point for us is to unlock this inner vision. Now, by releasing our inner vision, we acquire the power to modify our perspective as we wish. If we choose to change our perception, we have the choice to do so. Otherwise, we will remain rigidly stuck in the way we have been conditioned up to this point. There are two perceptions we possess: how we see the world around us, our worldview, and how we see ourselves in relation to our worlds, our self-view, our identity. Most people cling firmly to their self-image, dividing it into a true self and a not true self. This is me, this is not me. I love this and hate that. Consequently, the limits of their bodies are restricted to the surfaces of their skins. By becoming flexible, they become one with life, like water. When water enters a kettle, it becomes the kettle. When it enters a bottle, it becomes the bottle. This is how we want to be, regardless of the adversities of life. We want to flow with it, not against it. And this is how you achieve it: by becoming more malleable, acquiring the ability to transform perception according to the demands of life at different times. The goal, therefore, is liberation through knowledge and the transformation of our perception at will. Now, we will go directly to the third eye visualization method. For this, I ask that you set aside approximately 10 minutes to sit in a quiet, focused, and distraction-free place. And let's start right now. Take a few deep breaths, stabilize yourself, and allow yourself to relax. Now, let's get into the third eye visualization technique. This technique uses your third eye in conjunction with your unconscious mind. There is a prerequisite for this. It is ideal to perform this creative imagination before going to sleep. However, for now, it is perfectly fine to use it as a test. Sit in a comfortable place. Before starting, we must keep in mind a problem we are facing in our lives. Think of a big problem or something you're stuck with. It can be in your business, in your personal life, in your relationship, anything of your choice that you have been stuck with for some time. And the crucial point is that you don't know how to break free. Maybe you have an idea, but you're not sure, and it hasn't happened yet. So, first think about the problem and how it presents itself. Now, let's do this exercise. Sit quietly and take a deep breath. In your mind, I want you to visualize the number 3 times. Now visualize the number 2 3 times. Tune yourself more and more into a serene mental state. And now I want you to visualize the number 1 3 times. And by visualizing the number 1 for the third time, you will be in a very low-frequency mental state. Your brain waves will slow down to the alpha state of the brain. You are now in the alpha state of the brain. Now, I want you to start tilting your eyes upwards, towards the center of your forehead. By doing this, you will feel a pressure in the middle of your forehead. Don't worry if you don't feel the pressure now. Just move your eyes up slightly. This pressure you feel in the middle of your forehead is the symbolic third eye. Again, don't worry if you don't feel it the first time. As you do this over time, you will develop a sense of it. Keep your eyes there. Now, keeping your eyes in that position, I want you to visualize the problem you thought about. Create a vivid scene of the problem and make it rich and colorful, something you're stuck with. Now, imagine what it feels like to be stuck in that problem. Imagine how terrible it is to be stuck in that problem. How stuck you feel. Make the scene as vivid and visual as possible. Now, Imagine that there is a sphere of energy in your heart that contains that scene of the problem you just visualized. In 3 seconds, you are going to send this sphere to your higher self. Imagine simply throwing it upwards in any way you can. Just shoot that sphere into space, right above you, and imagine that it is received by your higher self. You are handing this over to God. In 3 seconds, you are going to exhale and launch the sphere into space. The problem has now been sent to your higher self, and you no longer have anything to worry about. Now, with the focus on your third eye and feeling the pressure, imagine what the solution to your problem could be. Visualize your life after the problem is resolved. Imagine the problem solved, the one that has afflicted you for so long. How would you feel? Make this image more and more vibrant, more detailed. Interact with the elements of the scene. Feel them. Imagine the sounds, the aromas, the flavors. Immerse yourself completely in all your senses. Zoom in on the image. Focus on the colors. Tune into the celebration and joy in your heart. The problem has been solved. Everything you long for has been achieved. You have transformed. In 3 seconds, mentally, direct this sphere of energy to your higher self as you did with the problem. As you exhale, send this light from your heart to your higher self. The problem is now solved. Now, slowly open your eyes. Ideally, when practicing this exercise before bed, you will drift into sleep and dreams. And in the next 3 days, you will notice different indications in your reality, which will indicate the solution to the problem. Remember, don't just wait passively, wait up to 3 days. If nothing happens, repeat the exercise with the same challenge. This method is extraordinarily effective. Since I implemented it, I have experienced remarkable transformations. This technique combines the projection of your ideal version with the activation of the unconscious to solve the problem, while you proceed to act in the best possible way. The coincidences are remarkable. By being receptive, I recognize the signs as confirmation. Another crucial point is the search for small pieces of evidence. The sign can be very subtle. Accept them and acknowledge them as confirmations, even the most insignificant ones. Do you desire more money, more clients? Does someone show greater interest in your products? All of these are signs that the solution is near. Be open to receiving these indications. Imagine this as you start your day. The fundamental part of this process is being open to receiving signs in various forms during your daily routine while you are doing this exercise. The connection between your third eye and your subconscious is powerful for accessing different sectors of the universe where the answer resides. But it's up to you to welcome that answer with an open heart.